back in the studio. Oh my gosh, man. It has been a while. I came in the studio this morning and like everything in this place is like packed up. Like for a second, I thought I'd been robbed or something, but then I realized, no, I haven't been robbed. Like everything is boxed up. My team, while I was out on the road for 11 days, my team like boxed everything up. They're so excited. We have new office space that we're moving into in looks like 9 days. On March 1st, we will be moving into a 9,700 square foot office space that I'm so super stinking excited about. But I'm just sharing that with you because that was my experience this morning when I walked in to my office unexpectedly, right? And it's amazing how unexpected experiences can make a big impact on us, right? Those things that we're not planning on, those things that we weren't thinking about, those things that we didn't realize ultimately we were going to appreciate. Like I appreciate the office already being boxed up, which makes things a lot easier for us on the move. Those things that we ultimately end up appreciating, we don't necessarily know they're coming, right? We don't necessarily know they're coming. But what's cool is about experiences that last a lifetime or experiences that make an impact is there's actually a way to create more of these experiences, to create experiences that can change your life forever. And that's what we're going to talk about today here on the show. I'm glad you're here with me. Let's go. It's 5:30 a.m. You know what we got to do.
Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father
To 8.
and the creator of what is going to be the number one most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Monday. I always have to think about it for a second before I actually speak it into existence because it's tough to keep track. Hi, Christine Green. I'm glad you're here. What's up, Russell Tabone? Tara Hope is in the building as well. I saw my guy Ramon Ray, who was also out there supporting me in Las Vegas last week. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But listen, today is Monday, February 20th, 2023. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Monday, February 20th, 2023. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. Hey, my name is Glenn Lundy. I'm coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky, where today, get this, where today it's supposed to be 56 degrees, which is a little bit warmer. I'm cool with that, but it's going to be raining all day long, like 85% chance of rain every minute of every hour all day long. So not necessarily the ideal. Hi, Jessica Bailey. We were just talking about you. Not necessarily the ideal President's Day weather, but at least it's not cold. That's all I can say, right? At least it's not cold, man. Listen, I'm telling you, I would rather starve than freeze. Like, I like food, but I like to be warm, man. I do not like being cold. And it's crazy because I had this 11-day trip that I packed for a couple weeks ago. And so I packed for this 11-day road trip, right? Where I'm going to Arizona initially, right, Jess? Initially, we're going to Arizona. Then from Arizona, I was going to Los Angeles, California, right? So it was 3 or 4 days in Arizona, then a couple days, 3 days, I think, in Los Angeles, California. And then from Los Angeles, California, it was over to Las Vegas, Nevada, right? And so going from Arizona, desert, to Los Angeles, palm trees, to Las Vegas, desert, I just assumed I wouldn't need a jacket. I just assumed things would be pretty warm, right? We're talking about like the hottest desert in the world. I just assumed things would be warm. And so I told my wife, I remember specifically telling my wife, hey, honey, the good news is I don't need to pack a jacket. It's going to be warm in all these places. And that wasn't the case. Dude, I was cold for like 2 weeks. They had record lows in Arizona, record lows in Los Angeles. It was snowing in Las Vegas, Nevada. Snowing in the desert in Las Vegas. It was crazy. People were freaking out, flipping their minds. There was all these people outside like taking videos and pictures. I'm like, I couldn't have been more wrong about the desire or the need to have a jacket. I couldn't have been more wrong. It was freaking cold out there, right? It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. But man, what an adventure. Like, well worth it, and one that I will remember and treasure for a lifetime. From the experience in Arizona at Radio Row at the Super Bowl, to the experience in LA at a movie premiere and connections we were able to make for Darian Sanders, and then of course the one experience that has changed my life forever, which is becoming officially the greatest speaker in America, winning the Great American Speak Off, speaking on the 10X Growth Con stage, speaking on the same stage as Tom Brady, Mark Wahlberg, Megyn Kelly, Dana White, and many, many, many more legends like my dear friend Danelle Delgado. And the list goes on and on and on and on, right? Life-changing moment. Forever life-changing moment. One that I'm so proud that my wife and my kids and my mom, they all got to watch it happen live on the big screen in our living room. And when I won, my wife said, my son Fisher, my 5-year-old son Fisher was like, Daddy did it. Daddy won. She said he was just like freaking out that I won this competition, right? So cool. And isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing how that can happen in our lives, right? How one experience can change everything forever. Forever. This one experience on this stage literally changes everything forever. And so that raises the question, and I've thought about this a lot. It raises the question, right? Like, can we capture that? Instead of it being an unexpected experience, like when you walk into your office and your amazing assistant has already packed everything up. Instead of it being an unexpected experience, can we capture, like, can we harness the ability of an experience to change everything and then deploy it when we need it most? Like, wouldn't that be cool, right? Like, we're at a point or season in our life and we're like, okay, wait a minute. I need everything to change. And I know that sometimes in life, there can be these magic moments, these magic experiences where everything changes. So can we harness that? Can we make that like a superpower where we can put it in my pocket? My guess is there are times for you in your life where you've wished that you had a magic genie or a bottle or something in your pocket that you could just pull out and unlock a new experience, a next level experience. That you could get rid of the worry, get rid of the doubt, that you could go get whatever season it is, the negative season that you're in, that you could just get out of that. Maybe it's the loss of a loved one. Maybe it's a divorce that you had to experience. Maybe it's a challenge that you had to go through with your health. My guess is there's a time and has been a time in your life, and maybe that's the season that you're in now, where you just wish you could unlock it and change everything. Be able to deploy it exactly when we need it. And so the question I ask myself is, are we able to harness this? Are we able to use the ability of an experience to change our lives forever when we want to? And the more I thought about it, I thought, absolutely. We can harness moments. We can create and harness moments, put them in a jar, and deploy them when we need to propel our lives forward. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that here in just a second. Before I do, though, you know what we got to do on this show. You know what we've got to do on this show. That's right. Maybe you don't. Maybe this is your first time. Maybe you're like, who? This Glenn Lundy guy, I saw him on stage. I thought, man, I'll jump on his little Facebook thing. Now he's live in my Facebook feed. So here's what happens. At this part of the show right here, 3 things are going to happen. First thing that's going to happen is you, my friend, are going to push that share button. That's right, because I believe if we can help people change the way they start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. So listen, if you're on Clubhouse, share it out. Those of you on Facebook, you know what to do. Hit the share button. YouTube, share this out, all right? I would greatly appreciate it. This is also the part of the show where we're going to do some dancing, all right? Listen, an object in motion tends to stay in motion. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. So if you're laying in bed, I'm going to need you to get up and get moving. And I don't care where you are in the world. I don't care if people are looking at you like you're funny. I don't care if you're in the gym, like just start doing some dancing in the gym. Maybe you're walking around the crosswalk. Maybe you're driving in the car right now with the kids. Maybe you're in the office, right? Maybe you're in the office. You're over in London or Shanghai or somewhere. I need you to get that body in motion. Object in motion stays in motion. Object at rest stays at rest. It's time for you to get moving. Does that sound fair? And then lastly, this is the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you. I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching this live or you're watching on replay, say what's up. I'll say what's up back. How you doing, Vicky Everett? Great to see you. What's up, Mr. Nathaniel Banks? I see Tammy Hicks is in the building. Tony Thorstad is up in here. Darrell Walker. What's up? Is it Darrell or is it Daryl? Could be Daryl, could be Darrell. Either one. What's up? Good morning. Kim Fair is in the building. Tara Hope and Julio Soto. I see Sonia Merritt and Jacqueline Underwood. Angela Heath, good morning to you. Robin Wilshins, good morning. Kimberly Hatfield, good morning. Christine Jones, good morning. Rick Tamburino, what up? Russell Hill in the building. Lisa Bourne, Tom Popelka is up in here as well. Don Sankey, Kevin Fadley, Jeff Moffitt, Felicia Stewart, Yvette Searson, I'm glad you're here. Mike Strong, Randy Wagner, Regina Fleming is in the building as well. Felicia Shakespeare, thanks for being here with us. Soul Salcedo, I saw Soul out at the event in Vegas. My guy Scott Simons is up in here. He was out in Vegas as well, which I appreciate, Scott Simons, you being there. Charlene is in the building. Christina Howard and Dr. Tanji. What's up, Eric? How are you? Annette, how are you? Fiona, great to see you. What's up, Anthony and Bella? Bella in the building. Andy and Jackie and William and Peter. I see Sharon and Lanelle. What's up, Wes? What's up, Mindy? Dr. Jamesia. I see Samira and Pauline. Regina, thanks for being here. Liza Myers-Borges in the building. Ed Hook Jr. Of course, the wonderful, the amazing Kate Bowman. MacTight Radio. Dora Maria, who's got a new book out. She's got a new book out called You Are Beautiful. I just got a copy of this book when I got back to the house. It was in the mail. I just got a copy of this book. It's a children's book. It looks absolutely amazing. It really focuses on the beauty in our uniqueness, the beauty in our differences. So this is a book called You Are Beautiful, written by Dora Maria, all right? Dora Maria Abreu, A-B-R-E-U, A-B-R-E-U, all right? So look her up, Dora Maria Abreu, look her up. Go get a copy of that book, You Are Beautiful. Every child on the planet needs to read Dora Maria's book, right? They don't need to read it, that you can read it with them. It's an awesome, awesome, awesome book for little kids, all right? So if you've got little kids, go grab a copy of Dora Maria's book because she's absolutely amazing. Hey, thanks for being here with me. Okay, not Darrell. Okay, it's Daryl. Okay, Daryl Walker. Thanks for letting me know. Thanks for being here with me. Let's dive in. How do we capture and create experiences that change our lives, that, you know, for a lifetime, that make an impact for a lifetime? We're going to talk about that today. And along those lines, if you are in the automotive space, all right, if you're an owner of a car dealership, we are going to be having an experience that will be life-changing in Nashville, Tennessee, March 15th, all right? And we're actually there the 14th through the 16th for members, but for non-members of 800% Club, March 15th, we are inviting owners or general managers of car dealerships to join us at the Gaylord Opryland. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Brad Lee's going to be there. Andy Elliott's going to be there. Lisa Copeland's going to be there, and many, many more. So it's going to be absolutely amazing. And here's a little taste of what it's going to be like.
Dealer owners, you're still facing inventory shortages. Profits are shrinking, and the economy is shifting. Dealer owners, you're still facing inventory shortages. Profits are shrinking, and the economy is shifting. And yet you and I both know that growth matters, and ultimately volume solves everything. That's why you need the 2023 Growth Matters Summit in Nashville, Tennessee. With Matt Rogers, Lisa Copeland, Tim Story, Danelle Delgado, and myself, Glenn Lundy, the founder of the 800% Elite Automotive Club and the #1 speaker in America. Come together with owners and GMs of dealerships from all across America for this exclusive one-time event. Come learn how to utilize one simple formula to grow 25% in the next 90 days. To use specific strategies to grow and scale in a downed economy, and how to acquire and turn used inventory consistently and at scale. All of that and much, much more brought to you by VinQ and the 800% Elite Automotive Club. It's the Growth Matters Summit, Nashville, Tennessee. We look forward to seeing you there.
Who are you? Like, for real. Think about it for a second. Like, who are you? You see, I'm Glenn Lundy. I'm a husband to 1 and a father to 8. That's right, I got 8 babies. I'm Glenn Lundy, husband to 1, father to 8, and the greatest speaker in America. Who are you?
This is going to be tough. Y'all pick some good people. Y'all ready to bring this home strong? You ready?
I think Cowboy tied that up like a little baby calf.
To close out our competition, help me welcome to the stage, Mr. Glenn Lundy. Come on!
Graham, Delana, Thorny, Heath. Who are you? Like, for real. Think about it for a second. Like, who are you? You see, I'm Glenn Lundy. I'm a husband to 1 and a father to 8. That's right, I got 8 babies.
And being mixed, it's crazy because each one of my babies has been born with lighter and lighter skin tones. It's nuts, right? It's crazy. I've got a 7-year-old. She's got blonde hair and blue eyes. I looked over at my wife. I'm like, honey, is that the Amazon baby? She said, Amazon baby. I said, I've been traveling a lot. The Amazon guy's been here every single day. Is this the Amazon baby? My wife was like, nah, honey, you're just running out of toner. But no, for real, seriously. My dad is black. My mom is white. They got divorced when I was 11 years old. My dad, who's black, remarried a black woman. My mom, who's white, remarried a black dude. Then all 4 of them decided to move into the same exact apartment complex, just 2 doors down from each other. Crazy way to grow up, right? So I had an all-black house and an all-white house. And when I say all-black and all-white, I mean every stereotype that you could think of existed in those 2 houses. Dad's house was loud, sports on TV. We was eating fried chicken, watermelon, drinking Kool-Aid, listening to Motown music and hip-hop. Over at Mom's house, it was country music, rock and roll. She'd be like sitting on the couch, listening to show tunes. It was crazy, right? But growing up in the middle, I had an issue because I couldn't figure out my identity. My skin was too dark to be considered white. It was too light to be considered black. I had no idea who I was. So I became a chameleon. When I was with black people, I was black. When I was with white people, I was white. When I was with cowboys, I was a cowboy. When I was with gangsters, I was a gangster. I was everything on the outside for everyone else because I had no idea who I was on the inside. Who are you? Not your financial status, not your political beliefs, not your skin color. Who are you? Do me a favor, close your eyes right now and follow me. Just repeat after me. Say, who am I? How you answer that question will determine the rest of your life. You see, Grant Cardone has always believed that he was a billionaire baller with the smoking hot wife who's brilliant. He's always believed that. And how did I know? Because I've been following his cocky ass since 1999. Dude was 5'2", selling VHS tapes out of the trunk of his car. But he walked around like he was 10 feet tall and bulletproof. His identity on the outside became reality. His identity on the inside became reality on the outside. And the same is true for you. I'm Glenn Lundy, husband to 1, father to 8, and the greatest speaker in America. Who are you?
I was rushed. I messed up like 3 or 4 times. It was definitely not my best performance. But I won. And that experience has changed my life forever. But here's what's crazy. Like, I almost missed it. Like, I almost didn't do this. I almost didn't do it. I almost didn't do the competition at all. You see, there was this guy named Russ Yeager. And Russ Yeager sent me a picture. He sent me this picture and he said, hey, Grant Cardone and Pete Vargas are doing a speak off and you could win an opportunity to speak on the GrowthCon stage. And when Russ Yeager sent this to me, I immediately thought, all right, what is Grant selling? What are they selling? What's the hook? What are they doing? Right? Like, how much money they need? Where's my credit card? That was my immediate thought, right? And so right there, I want to give you 2 lessons real quick. If you're taking notes, lesson number 1, get around people who are going to challenge you and push you out of your comfort zone. Russ Eager is one of those people, right? When Russ Eager saw the competition, he didn't think about himself. He thought about me. And he immediately said, hey, Glenn, this is for you. So I appreciate Russ for doing that. The second lesson that you need to learn from that is identify any limiting beliefs that you have in situations like this and just squash them. Like my initial limiting belief was like, oh, well, this isn't for me. They're just selling some stuff. That's just what they do. You know, it's not a scam because Grant doesn't scam people, but you know what I mean? Like it's a hook, it's a webinar, it's a this, it's a that, right? Hey, Patrick Abad, great to see you, brother. Right? So I need you to start squashing those limiting beliefs in your life. As soon as you start noticing that you're making an excuse for why not to do something, that is a limiting belief that is holding you back from your destiny. Identify it and squash it. So then I saw an ad, right? I saw an ad in my Facebook feed for the Speak Off. And it was a targeted ad, which is another lesson for all of us, right? Ads do work. You should use them. If you have a small business, a coaching course, if you have products that you should sell, you should be using part of your revenue that you're generating should be used for paid advertising. Just it works. Okay. It simply works. I spend more on Facebook than a lot of my clients, which to me is crazy, but it works, right? So I got the ad, I signed up, and then I basically blew it off. I forgot all about it. Fast forward, Saturday comes, I get an email, hey, the Speak Off is starting. You need to hop in the room. I'm like, all right, let me check this out. So I go in, I hop into a room. It's a virtual audition. I check it out. They do like a 2-hour webinar in the beginning. They're pitching, which is what they do. They're pitching stages. They do a 2-hour webinar in the beginning. So I just kind of keep checking back in. I'm doing stuff around the house. I'm hanging with the kids, Then they say it's my turn. I do a 1-minute audition. Then they announce who goes through the next round. I make it through the next round. Then they're like, okay, now you're going to do a 2-minute audition. Now I take it a little more seriously. I get the halo light out. I do all the things, make sure I look good, right? I do the 2-minute. They're like, bam. Then I go through. They're like, oh, you made it to Miami. So then I go down to Miami. And in Miami, I got to do 5 different 1-minute keynotes for different people in different scenarios and situations. So I do all of those. Then I make it to the next day, round 2, where they took 30 people. So then it started off with 27,000 people. Then it went down to 2,000 people. Then it went down to 150 people. Then it went down to 30 people. Then it went down to 12 people. And then it went down to 4 people. And I just kept going through, man. And I realized something along the way. It was crazy. I realized I was equipped all the way, every step along the way. I was already equipped. God had equipped me for this experience. I also, second note, 4th note overall, but I made it a priority. Once I realized I was equipped, I had moved on to the next level, I made it a priority. I cleared everything else off of my schedule, and I created space so that magic can happen. Some of you have so much on your schedule, there's no space for magic to happen for you. You see, every once in a while, you gotta make it a priority. You gotta make the dream, the vision, your imagination. You gotta allow that to become a priority in your life, and then you gotta create space for magic to happen. You gotta say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna make this a priority because it's a dream, it's a vision, it's on my heart, and I know I'm equipped for this. And God is obviously doing something. He's moving in me right now. He's moving me in a certain direction, and I know that I've got this list of chores. I know that I've got these babies. I know that I've got these responsibilities. I know that I've got this job. I know that I've got these bills. I know that I've got all of these things, but right now God is moving me and he's saying, hey, follow me. And sometimes I must prioritize that which is possible over that which is current and right now. So see, I was equipped. I realized that. Then I made it a priority. And then I created space for the magic to happen. And then I believed it was my time. You see, some of y'all, the experiences aren't changing your life because you don't believe it's your time. You don't believe that you've earned it. I've earned it. I earned that stage. I earned that W. This is episode 1145. I have been given 30-minute keynotes, full-on presentations. I've been doing it every single day, basically with some weekends off for the last 5 years. See, some of y'all won't experience the life-changing moments because you don't believe in yourself enough. You don't believe that you've earned it. And let's be honest, you might be right. You can't just be sitting on the couch eating a sandwich, Jim Carrey once said. So listen, let me summarize this like this. How do we create experiences that can change everything in our life? Here's number one. One, you have to equip yourself now so that you're ready later. Too many of you are missing out on opportunities because you're saying to yourself, well, I'll do this when. I remember having a guy that worked for me. He's like, I'll come in early when I get the promotion. Yeah. Look, dude, you got to equip yourself now so you're ready later. I was equipped for this. I didn't know this is what I was equipping myself for. I didn't even know this thing existed. I didn't know this was going to be the opportunity. I didn't know that. I just knew that I had to get better at speaking, that I needed to get better at production, that I needed to get better at delivery, that I needed to get better at my message. And the best way to do that was to go live with you every single day, Monday through Friday. I didn't know what I was equipping myself for. I didn't know 5 years ago when we started in the utility closet, this is what was going to happen. I didn't know it was going to completely transform every aspect of my life. I didn't know that. I just knew I needed to be equipped. So listen, you got to practice, man. I don't know what it is you need to be doing, but start doing it now. Whatever that dream or vision that you have, start preparing yourself now. So when the opportunity comes, you don't miss it. So one, equip yourself so you're ready later. Number two, prioritize where you're going, not where you are. I'll say that one more time for the people in the back. Prioritize where you're going, not where you are. This is one of the very first things I talk to my clients about. When a new client comes into 800% Club, I'm like, look, dude, we got to build to where you're going. What's the goal? What's the target? Let's build to that. This is what we're going to have to do. We got to spend the money. We got to invest the time. We got to get rid of the people. We got to hire the people. We got to, whatever it is we got to do to get to where we're going. I know we're not there yet. I totally get that. But as long as you're prioritizing where you are today, you're never going to reach as far as you're not going to unlock the potential that you have inside. Prioritize where you're going, not where you are. See, I knew where we were. I knew where I was headed with this speak off thing. Once I started getting through the first few rounds, realizing I was equipped, realizing that God had a plan for this. I'm like, oh, well, I got to make it a priority. That's where I'm going. The website was already built and said the greatest speaker in America. If anybody went on the website before I spoke on that stage, it was already built. It was already done. My team had already put all the emails in place. Like, we had already built this machine as though it was done before I ever even stepped on that stage. Prioritize where you're going, not where you are. Number 3, go where you gotta go and do what you gotta do. You can't just sit on the couch eating a sandwich. First, I went to Arizona. Then I went to Los Angeles. Then I went to Las Vegas. I was gone from home for 11 days. It wasn't fun. I didn't get to sleep in my own bed. My routines were off. My food was off. I couldn't do my scrolls the way I wanted to do my scrolls. I was on different timelines. But listen, go where you gotta go and do what you gotta do. It's not gonna happen for you sitting in your own backyard or sitting in your living room. I'm just saying. Number 4, truly embrace and walk in the experience that you want to change your life. If you notice, those of you that are watching the full production, if you look at this picture right here, this is me standing in between my dear friends Elena and Grant Cardone. I'm standing on the biggest stage in the world. I just won the Great American Speak Off that I worked my freaking tail off to get to. And if you notice anything in this about our one thing I want you to notice about this picture, it's really important that you get this. I'm not crying. There are no tears in my eyes. Why is this important? Because, dude, I'm a crier. Any of you that have watched this show, you guys know I'm a crier. And when people win on America's Got Talent, they get the golden buzzer. Dude, I cry every time. I cry in the movies, the underdog stories. Like, I cry, dude. I am a crier. In that moment, there's not a tear in my eye. Why? Why is there not a tear in my eye? Dude, there's not a tear in my eye because I experienced that win 1,000 times already. 1,000 times in my mind. I won that speak off 1,000 times in my mind. I walked on that stage 1,000 times in my mind. The confetti fell from the ceiling 1,000 times in my mind. I made an impact on millions of people's lives 1,000 times, 1,000 times. I've seen it. I saw the walk. I saw the suit. I saw the shoes. I saw the celebration. I saw the change. I experienced. I felt it. I embraced it. That wasn't my first time winning that event. I already won it 1,000 times in my mind. In order to capture, bottle up, and be able to deploy the experiences that can change your life for a lifetime, you must truly embrace and walk in those experiences. It should be done before it's done. And the last thing that I'll share with you, in order to create experiences that change your life forever, 1, equip yourself so that you're ready later. 2, prioritize where you're going, not where you are. 3, go where you gotta go and do what you gotta do. 4, truly embrace and walk in the experience. And 5, be world class and earn what every experience has to offer you. When you are out on a beach, on a vacation, or just there's a beach nearby, like, go for a run on the beach. Let the water hit your feet. Let the water splash up on your legs. Darian and I were in LA. The beach was about 15 minutes away. We jumped in the car, went for a run on the beach. I was wearing like longer pants. I had to roll them up. Then they ended up getting wet. And then him and I were all sweaty from running out there on the beach and experiencing that. The waves were hitting me higher and higher. And dude, I just took off all of my freaking clothes and jumped into the ocean in my underwear. Poor people around us. And jumped in the ocean in my underwear and felt the cooling and the refreshing and the feeling of being alive, man. So when you're on a beach, go for a run. When you're on a trip to a city that you've never been to before, go find a trail and go for a hike. Like, hike the nearby hills. Anytime you go anywhere, imagine things as they could be and then step into that dream. You see, you are a child of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything. And when you start experiencing life at a world-class level, your ability that you have in you to create has no choice but to start to create world-class experiences. So I don't care if you're broke. I don't care where you're starting off at. I don't care if you've been troubled before or haven't been able to break through or repeated any of those patterns. I don't care if you were homeless, you were in jail, you had drug addictions, or none of that matters. You can start right now to create experiences that will change your life forever. If you just equip yourself, prioritize where you're going, go where you got to go, do what you got to do. Truly embrace and walk in the experiences that your imagination creates, and just be world class. Just walk and talk world class in all that you do. And when you do, I promise, listen, this guy right here that messed up on the stage, I promise that your mistakes will literally be washed away. Literally be washed away. And the destiny that you feel, that potential that you feel inside will be unleashed, and the world will be a better place. Because listen, friends, I believe that God calls us to be the best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be. Not average versions, not a little bit below average, not a little bit above, but the absolute best. And when we go out as the best, we make a massive impact in other people's lives. Born on date, expiration date. The dash in the middle, impact. That's what it's all about. Does that sound fair? Listen, I'm going to head over to Clubhouse. Hang out over there for a little bit. We're going to chat over on Clubhouse. So if you're watching this live, you're welcome to come join us on Clubhouse in the Breakfast with Champions room. Now, we run the Breakfast with Champions room from 5 a.m. until about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So depending on when you're watching this, you can always still go jump over there for more motivation, education, and inspiration. Thank you so much for joining me here this morning. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. Eastern time. We're going to do this all over again. I hope you have a fabulous, incredible, over-the-top day, and I'll see you on the flip. Sound fair? Let's go. Oh, I don't know why that song reset, but let's go.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. Hashtag rise and grind, hashtag rise and grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation.
Thanks, Patrick Abad. I appreciate you, man. And you too, Latasha. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate you as well. Christine Jones, let's go, let's go.
This is going to be tough. Y'all pick some good people.
Good morning. On my feet before the sunrise. Stepped into my greatness, feeling powerful and energized. Thankful to be alive. Hashtag blessed. Write my mission, vision, values, and my gratitude list. I'm building up momentum. I'm making good decisions. I rise, I grind, I get it. Ain't no doubt that I'm committed. Cause who really loses if I don't win? Can't cheat the grind, only get what you put in. So I'm mastering my mentals. I'm focused on my physical. I'm developing spiritually and manifesting miracles.